Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday, means it's time for another episode of Market Monday, where I go to the marketplace and see what the best buys and sells so far happening right now in the auction house. If it's the first time seeing this video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on so that you can see this as quick as possible and try and take advantage of some of the more immediate auctions. I think what I'm gonna do is start focusing on some of the more long-term things in these videos, but if you want to take advantage of the ones that I see that are really egregious immediately, being subscribed is the best way to do it. All right, guys, let's get into it. All right, now the first thing I want to put a focus on is some of the overalls required to make some of the master set collectibles, and I'll explain why. Making master sets for every single event, not advantageous long-term because a lot of these cards are going to be replaced and they're not going to be on your team for the duration of the season. But if you are someone that plays this game weekly quite a bit, you can go ahead and make some of these. I'm going to show you how to get a return on all of these cards, or the biggest return that you can, and you really don't lose all that much of your investment. So the reason why I want to focus on some of the collectibles coming up for this Friday is because so far we've gotten a left-handed defenseman as well as a centerman and a right-handed winger. Usually when EA has an event, they balance it out. Phil Kessel doesn't really count because he was one of the special ones. He just hit his master set version quickly. This card doesn't really count towards all the other ones. So more than likely what we're going to get, because we got a goalie, a center, a right-handed winger, and a left-handed defenseman, we're no matter what going to get a right-handed defenseman and a left-handed winger. Maybe even a left-handed center as well, and those are kind of the positions right now that are in flux. If you are free to play, you know that Bowen Byram, like what I made on my team, is more than fine. But if you're free to play, there isn't really a great free to play option other than Chris Letang from the first event of the season, but there was better options in that event to go after if you only received one, maybe two of those master set players. So making sure that you have a nice stockpile of cards ready for Friday so that you can go out and get a top tier right-handed defenseman is a nice play right now, in my opinion. Something I don't think is getting talked about enough in NHL 23 is the vast reduction in cost for master sets. Not only are we getting seemingly a free one every single event, obviously the cost now is a lot of games played for the most recent milestone one. However, right now with some of the costs of these sets, you can make a master set player for 140,000 coins in value, and that's not including your untradeable players. That's like straight up if you had to buy every single one, which obviously isn't the case. Now, at the time of this video, again, these videos have a tendency to kind of drastically change things in the immediate. However, they will fizzle out, and I want to make sure that you guys are at least paying attention. I went through all of the values in terms of what 87s, 86s, 85s, in terms of what is the best per collectible price. 87s have fallen to about 40,000 per, which is still going to be about 8,000 per collectible. This is not going to be one of the best ways to make a master set player if you are buying 87s to get the 5 event collectibles. It's just not nearly the same value. That's about 2,500 more than the cheapest option. The cheapest option so far right now is the 85. So if you buy 185, you will get 2 collectibles, and that price is set at about 11,000 per 85 overall. If you can get 85 overalls for under 11,000, that's at minimum 5,500 coins per collectible, which is awesome. Love that. That's a really, really good value. However, the other really sneaky one, which is never really the case in the prior years, is the 83s. The 83s right now are going for under 4,000 coins. That's about 5,800 per collectible if you bought 383. So what I would recommend, it costs 25 collectibles to get a master set player all the way up and choose the one you want. I would have a nice baseline to, if they released a sick master set player, take advantage of these prices for the collectibles. Again, anything under 6,000 is a really nice baseline per collectible. Right now, the 85s and 83s seem to be the best buy, and so just take advantage of those prices. Now, I need to mention that I wouldn't make a ton of master set players every event. I would make the absolute banger one. So Mika Zibanejad from the milestone event, I've used this card. It is my #1 center on my free-to-play team. He also gives you awesome lineup flexibility because you can put him on the wing as well. This is 100% a slam dunk right now. And again, if you are playing the game regularly, there's no reason why you can't just make this card and then, you know, you're not going to keep upgrading, but you're not going to be upset because you can return some value. And again, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's take Johnny Gaudreau, for example. He's been one of my favorite cards since the beginning of the game. What you can do, because you've upgraded via collectibles, I wouldn't do it via coins. What I would do is you get 3 Hut Spotlight collectibles if you refund them to an 87. What you can do is is take those 3 collectibles that you get, as well as the 87 overall player, throw the 87 in to the whatever event is the current event, and get 5 collectibles. Then what you do is you can go to the old event, and you can use the other 3 collectibles you have remaining to make another Master Set player, which is an 84 overall, and the 84s are going 2 84s for 2 collectibles. So essentially you're making 6 collectibles. You will need one other 84 in that set to get whatever the current, collectible is for that event. But you essentially get 6 collectibles back for a Master Set player at 88 overall, and it keeps going up as you go. But I just think that that's a decent value, and you shouldn't have to be so worried and scared about spending some of your resources if you are playing the game regularly. I don't blame anyone for just holding on to everything and waiting for Team of the Year, but it's in the middle of November. You're waiting another month and a half of not having, a top-end team. I just think that there's more fun ways to do it. So I just want to bring that to your attention because those are decent prices. You can get, again, collectibles for around 5,500 coins, and I think you should take advantage of that. The other thing, guys, so some of the new stuff that they've added into NHL 23, I feel like people get hyper-focused on it when it's new, and then they forget about it because, they go a couple weeks before they release something new. This Trick or Treat thing, getting the 88 overall flashback Teuvo Teravainen from Halloween of NHL 21, don't forget about this. Like, I see no way that EA does not release another version of this from an old event or something of a similar style. I think people are forgetting that the Hut 23 cards and the Primetime cards shot up an absolute immense amount during that time because they see a free Master Set player, they're not prepared, and then everyone flocks to the market, and all of those cards are just, the supply does not meet the demand. Well, right now, the demand does not meet the supply, so you can get these cards and build a lineup for a very, very cheap price. So what I would do is, again, I would take, unless you're struggling for coins, which if you play the game regularly, you're not really, you get so many coins from the milestones and objectives and just playing the game now, you can go ahead and just go and make a lineup full of 23 cards. I would legit just take, make the price range, 2,500. All right. And there's 64 cards up. These are not going to be cards you're going to use in your lineup regularly at all. But what I would do is have enough to build a full team so that you can use in squad battle. All right. Squad battles. If you struggle in squad battles, I have a video that shows you how to max it out and make it very easy on yourself. You can easily do that with an 82 and 83 overall team. So I would make sure that as of right now at 2,500 and below, you can even go 2,000. You can make an easy lineup for like 50,000 coins, and then you just save these cards. Don't trade them in, just have them in your lineup. And even if you pack them untradeable, you can just make a separate lineup so that when these new objectives and cards come out that will use this format, that you're all ready to go. I think people once they've rushed to get that Teuvo Teravainen, they just sold the cards immediately. Guys, those Hut 23 cards, like 80 overalls, they were going for like 10,000 coins, and I think a lot of people were just forgetting about it. So make sure that you've got a nice lineup so that you can rush through that and you don't have to hit the market. And even, to be honest, you could probably make a killing just by flipping them for like 5,000 coins when one of these happen. Next, I want to talk about by far the easiest and simplest way to make coins in NHL 23. I've said this a few times in these videos, but I want to keep reiterating because it is just the simplest. For everyone that comes in and says, how do I make coins on the market without, you don't want to spend hours learning all of the prices for everything, it's easily these base icons. And again, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. I would do this on Wednesday and Thursday nights, even Fridays when a new event comes out because there's so many packs being ripped. Here is all you have to do, guys. You take the buy now maximum. You see, if you set it to 4,000, that's really what these cards are going for. Okay, they'll fluctuate between 38 and 4,000 coins because everyone wants to buy them up to try and get their shot at Mario and Gretzky. And I understand, I packed Mario. There's no way I would recommend doing that set for that price because I've also done this set and gotten 383. What I would do to make your coins, if you want to make about 1,000, you will get players that will put them up for less than 3,000. And all you've got to do is hit triangle and just sit here. If you're watching 7 hours of commercial-free football, maybe you're watching the Leafs game, you can literally sit here and just spam triangle. Again, this is the simplest. It is not the most effective, but it is the simplest way to make coins. You will see them pop up, and because you've set it for 3,000, you're going to make 1,000 coins per flip. You will get a lot. I'm doing this video at, Monday morning. There is not a lot on the market. Monday and Tuesday is a seller's day on the marketplace, not a buyer's. So just keep that in mind. On Wednesday, Thursday nights, great time to take advantage of that. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's Market Monday. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.